नमो अर्हन्ताणं, नमो अर्हन्ताणं, नमो अर्हन्ताणं. I pay my homage to shining sun of the spiritual sky, His Holiness Acharya Shri Mahash Ramanji. I pay my tribute to all the adorable ones, esteemed and distinguished scientists, scholars and seekers from all around the globe present here in this global conference on consciousness. Today, we are going to discuss and deliberate upon significant aspects of consciousness, artificial intelligence, and spiritual technology, the most important one. Consciousness is based on soul. Nature of soul is consciousness as propounded by Bhagavan Mahavir. The Tirthankars of Jain philosophy have a unique perspective on consciousness. They say the consciousness defines our existence. It shapes our perceptions of reality, of the universe, and of ourselves. So we must look forward of working on the inner science rather than the just external resources. Importantly, Lord Mahavir says, Je egam jane se sabvam jane. One who comprehends the one knows everything. So to know everything, to have this exploration of the world, of the reality to the deepest and the ultimate level, we have to explore the one, and that is consciousness. So important is not just the advancement, but the wisdom, the awakening of intuition, the awakening of wisdom, the awakening of consciousness in the humankind. On one hand, we have this AI, genetics, Neuralink, and multiple dimensions of development. On the other hand, we have one more technology based on spiritual science. Spiritual technology, when practiced, it can reach us, it can help us to foster our growth in a radical way, in a wonderful way, where we will have no side effects of it. We will reach to that level of human consciousness. We will unleash the ultimate potential, infinite potential, which is within each of us, in every creature in the universe. Spiritual technology includes meditation, Kayosarg. Kayosarg is a unique practice prescribed by Jain Tirthankars wherein we can de-stress ourselves. One of the case studies I would like to share with you, Dinesh Mehta, a resident of South Mumbai, came to us. We had a meditation session. In the first session, for nearly 40 to 50 minutes, he felt relieved, blissful. Actually, we have to understand, the Jain science says that consciousness has infinite bliss within it. So it's not the comforts or external things which make us blissful, but the bliss is within us and we have to discover it. The second session held after a few days and he was in a deeper state of relaxation during Kayosar, and then he was asked to have a special prayo of astral projection. He was asked to travel within meditation, leaving the body aside and leading to a different location distant nearly 7 to 8 kilometers. He he visited his residence. I asked him to introspect in the house and see what is going on. And he came up that his father was practicing Samayik, which is again a spiritual technology for observing equanimity within. And he was doing some specific activity of Naukar Mantra Anupurvi, a special prayer. I asked him that what is your wife doing? Physically, he is just in a lying down position in the deep Kayosar and he is answering to my questions. And he told that his wife was in kitchen. I asked, the kitchen is a common time for Indian women at 10 a.m. But what she is doing specifically? He took some time, zoomed in with that astral projection, and answered that she is cutting the ginger. And it was inquired by one of his friends sitting beside him. I asked him by indication that the things that he said through this astral projection remote viewing were true. And with that time, I went with many case studies. One of them, Meet Kothari from Santa Cruz. He was able to go deep within and see his past life. And in the past life, he could see his grandfather's house, which he and his dad have never visited, never seen, never known. But he could see, depict the minutest details of the house, even the physical problems that his Dadaji had, grandfather had, and everything came to be true, found to be true by their relatives. See, importantly, there are many such case studies of past life regression, psychokinesis, telepathy, and such deeper levels of intuition where precognition, knowing the future beforehand. So, importantly, meditation and spiritual technology, many components of spiritual technology have amazing powers. One of them is fasting. 2016 Nobel Prize was given to a Japanese scientist Oshinori for autophagy. Autophagy is a form of fasting. Even in Ayurveda it is said, Langanam Param Aushadam. Fasting is the miracle, is the best medicine. And really, detoxification of the body, rooting out all the dead cells, negative energies, toxins from the body takes place by autophagy. Professor Muni Kumar, suffering from diabetes, taking 60 units of insulin, but with this autophagy, fasting practice, 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours, with time, different grades to that. And he was able to completely remove for a longer period of time the whole diabetes. Especially we should understand the Jain science behind it, because every technology has a science in its background. In Jain science says we are soul with the having the nature of consciousness. We have ultimate powers, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, intuition, and the powers and the bliss within us. But we have a layer blocking, like the clouds to the sun, the impurities to the diamond. This blocking force is known as karma, which is created due to our activities, positive or negative. And these bad karma especially block our energies, block our powers, the potential we have. Based on the karmas are radiations from the emerging from the consciousness travel through this karmic layer. If the karmic layer is very less, the energies remain more or less intact. The more the karmas, the lesser the power of soul comes out, and that is known as parinam. This parinam when travels to the second layer, which is known as bioelectric body or tejas body, then it is known as lesha, aura. And we have seen Kirlian photography and many such instruments coming, biophoton cameras, capturing the aura imaging and all, which is very useful. And after this lesha part comes the bhav, then the emotions and the mind. So mind and emotions come much later. Today we should understand the scientific studies being made are more or less on the effects of consciousness, on the effects of emotions, but not directly them, because they remain in the layer which is nearly intangible, unperceivable by the material instruments, because more or less very subtle or to a level non-corporeal in nature. But with this technology of chanting, of mantra, meditation, jap, and many more such spiritual technologies, we can master ourselves. Even in Jainism, we see Samyak Darshan, Gyan Charitrani Moksha Marga. The important sutra of unleashing the human potential, therein we see Samyak Darshan, the right perception, and even signal transduction science collaborates with it, makes a significant finding which corroborates, which connects to this spiritual science. Again, I repeat, Je Egam Jane, Se Sabvam Jane. So the key to everything is consciousness. Let's explore the hidden dimensions and potentials of it through spiritual technology, and we will see that with these recent advancements in the frontiers of science, along with that, if we practice this spiritual technology, we will lead to a life of fulfillment, peaceful, purposeful, and altogether a powerful coexistence on this planet with a sustainable model, with the ecological balance, with managing our destructive emotions, channelizing our energy, and leading the path to transformation.